Archangel Michael says, listen, and listen with your spirit wide open. There are only 15 minutes left. That is not a metaphor. That is not a poetic exaggeration. That is the divine clock ticking in the realm where angels watch, where secrets are revealed, and where destinies shift in a blink. Something is moving. Something is coming to you that you cannot imagine. A secret letter, sealed with the mystery of heaven, is making its way toward you. A letter that will shake the ground beneath your feet, not in destruction, but in revelation. It carries the news you've never expected, and when you see the name of the person who sent it, your heart will skip a beat. Because it's not who you think. It's someone you forgot. Someone from the past. Someone heaven never forgot, even when you did. God says, this is not a drill. You must open this message with full attention. Because what's written here was divinely timed to reach you now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Now. 15 minutes is all the space that remains before something in the spiritual realm shifts. 15 minutes before the secret is revealed. 15 minutes before your inheritance is no longer a mystery but a miracle made manifest. You have been asking, haven't you? Asking why certain things feel like they're always out of reach. Why you always get close to breakthrough, and then something slips through your hands. It was never you. It was never your fault. There was a delay, but it was divine. The enemy tried to intercept what was meant for you. But now, he cannot stop it anymore. The angels have stepped in. Archangel Michael himself is leading the procession to bring this letter to you. You must understand that this inheritance is not only financial. Yes, part of it is material. Yes, part of it will shake the foundation of how you see your own value. But this is deeper than wealth. This is spiritual authority. This is restoration. This is God saying, what was stolen must now be returned sevenfold. This is God saying, what was hidden must now be uncovered. There is an ancestral tie here, something long buried in bloodlines, something that was never spoken but always known in whispers. A promise. A vow. A covenant that your great-grandmother or your grandfather once made in prayer, believing that someday, someone in the bloodline would break the curse, reclaim the inheritance, and return to the divine calling. That someone is you. You may feel weak. You may feel uncertain. You may feel unworthy. But none of that changes the truth. You were chosen to receive this letter. You were marked long before you understood the meaning of your pain. That's why you've been under attack. That's why people have turned on you without reason. That's why doors seem to close even when you knocked with a pure heart. The darkness could smell your anointing. The enemy knew what you were carrying. But what he never counted on, what he could never block, was the moment when God would say, "That's enough." Deliver the letter. That moment is now. A courier from heaven has been dispatched. Archangel Michael stands at the gate of your spirit, knocking, waiting, hoping you'll read this in time. Because you only have 15 minutes before something ancient is awakened. A trust account. A hidden vault. A sealed promise. In the natural, this may arrive through the mail, through a lawyer, through a person you never expected to hear from again. But don't be distracted by the outer packaging. It's what's inside that changes everything. It's what's inside that will reveal the inheritance you forgot was yours. This message comes with urgency, not to scare you, but to prepare you. The time of delay is over. The season of lack is ending. You've suffered in silence, haven't you? You've watched others prosper while you stayed faithful, while you prayed with tears, while you fasted and believed, even when everything screamed at you to give up. Heaven recorded it all. Every time you gave when you had nothing. Every time you forgave when you had every reason to hate. Every time you stayed when you wanted to run. Every time you chose light when darkness offered you comfort. These moments added up like hidden treasure, like spiritual currency building interest over time. And now, God says, it's time to withdraw. It's time to receive what's been stored. Do you feel that trembling in your heart? That's not anxiety. That's recognition. Your soul knows the truth even before your mind can catch up. Your inheritance is not just wealth. It is wisdom. It is divine authority to speak and see mountains move. It is the ability to break generational chains, to stand in rooms that your ancestors only dreamed of. You are walking into territory that was promised centuries ago. You are stepping into land that was stolen from your lineage, but heaven never stopped watching. And now it's being returned. But you must be ready. Because when this letter comes, it will not come with fireworks. It will come quietly, like rain on dry ground. It may come through a dream. It may come through a conversation you almost didn't have. It may come through a sign so subtle that you could miss it if you're distracted. That's why Archangel Michael is speaking now. To sharpen your awareness. To wake you up. To stir your soul. Because you only have 15 minutes, and when the clock strikes, what's hidden will be made known. There are people who will try to talk you out of it. They will say you imagined it. They will say inheritance only belongs to those who are perfect. But I, the Lord your God, do not measure perfection, I measure obedience. And you have obeyed even when no one saw. Even when it cost you everything. Even when you felt like the smallest voice in the room. You kept walking. You kept praying. You kept showing up. That is what heaven rewards. That is why this letter is coming to you and not to them. Now I must warn you, there is one last attempt from the enemy. He will try to distract you in these next 15 minutes. He will send fear. He will send old memories. He will send people from your past to confuse you. Don't answer their call. Don't open that old door. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Speak my name if you feel the pressure rise. Say, Jesus, and feel the atmosphere shift. Say, Michael, and watch the angelic army stand guard. You are not alone in this. Heaven is surrounding you. The letter contains a name you forgot. The sender is someone who disappeared from your life long ago. They were instructed to stay hidden until the appointed time. That time is now. You'll see a signature that makes your knees weak. You'll read a sentence that brings tears you didn't know were still inside you. You'll realize that even when it felt like nothing was working, something divine was being written behind the scenes. Contracts you never saw. Trusts you didn't know existed. Properties. Accounts. Favor. Legacy. And most of all, vindication. Because this is not just about money. This is about proving that you were not foolish to believe. That you were not crazy to hope. That all your nights of saying, God, did I make a mistake by trusting you, were not in vain. The answer is arriving. In a letter. In 15 minutes. And it will change everything. Archangel Michael says he has guarded this inheritance with his own sword. There were attempts to destroy the evidence. There were efforts to erase your name. But nothing can override God's decree. Nothing can cancel what heaven has written in permanent ink. You are the rightful heir. Not because you earned it, but because grace has marked you. Because love has chosen you. Because God said, "This one is mine, and I will bless them in front of every enemy who ever doubted them." Do not fear the emotions that come. When you receive this message, something will break inside you. Not in a bad way, in the best way. A breaking open. A release. Years of pressure lifting. Old pain dissolving. The weight of unanswered questions finally given an answer. You'll cry. You'll laugh. You'll sit in silence. You'll want to tell someone. But for a moment, just let yourself be in awe. Because what's happening to you is holy. It is not random. It is not luck. It is God's divine justice manifesting in your life. He says, "I have seen what they did to you. I have heard every word spoken against you in secret. I know how they tried to erase your name. But I kept the records. I kept the deeds. I kept the inheritance safe. And now I am restoring it to you with interest. You will not be empty-handed. You will not be left behind. You will not be the forgotten one. You are my beloved. And I am placing in your hands what always belonged to you. It will come suddenly. It will come with evidence. It will come in a way no one can deny. Even those who mocked you will have to confess that the hand of God is upon you. Even those who laughed at your faith will sit in silence. Because what I do next will speak louder than any words you could say. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is your inheritance. So breathe. Get still. Watch. Listen. The letter is almost here. 15 minutes. That is all. Then everything changes. Then what was hidden will be revealed. Then what was delayed will be delivered. Then what was stolen will be returned. And you, my child, will rise into the fullness of who I made you to be. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully. You have exactly 15 minutes left. Heaven is releasing something that will change everything. A secret letter, one that carries the truth, the inheritance, the answers, the revelation you've been waiting for, is on its way to you. But this isn't an ordinary message. This isn't a document you can casually glance at and forget. This letter was sent from a name you would never expect. And the contents inside it are going to shock you. This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing, and you're in the center of it. Heaven has summoned your attention now because something very important is being released. You are safe. You are chosen. God is with you, and nothing will go wrong, but you must listen. There are only moments left before something in your atmosphere shifts. It's not just a letter, it's a divine key. And it has your name written on it in gold. For years, there have been things hidden from you, conversations that took place behind closed doors, secrets that were covered by smiles, plans made without your knowledge. People have spoken your name in secret. They have debated what you deserve, what should be given to you, what should be kept from you. But they forgot something important. They forgot that you are divinely protected. That you belong to God. That no matter how cleverly they try to hide the truth, heaven always uncovers what man tries to conceal. And now, in this moment, the cover is being lifted. Archangel Michael has been watching this unfold for longer than you know. His presence has been guarding you while these discussions happened. There is a reason you felt uneasy. There is a reason your spirit was restless, even though you couldn't point to why. It was heaven's way of preparing you for this moment. Because what's coming into your hands is not just news, it's restoration. It's justice. It's the inheritance that was spiritually yours all along but delayed by interference. Now, that delay is being broken. That interference is being scattered. And what belongs to you is being delivered with urgency. 15 minutes may not seem like much, but it's all heaven needs to perform a miracle. In the last 15 minutes before midnight, destinies shift. Hearts are awakened. Doors open. Angels are dispatched. This is not ordinary time, it's sacred. That letter you're about to receive is more than just paper. It carries the weight of generations. The voice behind it carries secrets that someone hoped would never reach your ears. But heaven says, you must know. You deserve to know. You will know. Because God will not allow you to remain in the dark any longer. The sender of this letter is someone whose name will stun you. They are not who you expected. This person has carried knowledge about your life, your name, your value, knowledge they tried to suppress out of fear, pride, or manipulation. But a spiritual shift occurred. This person was visited. They were stirred. They were shown visions they could not ignore. And they were given no peace until they made the decision to send this message. They may not even know why they did it. But heaven moved them. Angels intervened. Now, the letter is on its way. You are not here by accident. You are reading these words because heaven needed you to know what time it is. God wanted you to be spiritually alert, emotionally prepared, and fully awake to receive what's coming. Because if you receive it in fear, you may miss the miracle. But if you receive it in faith, it will unlock something permanent. Your spirit is being drawn into alignment with a divine appointment. Your soul is remembering its assignment. You were born to receive this. You were born to carry this. You were born to walk in the fullness of what was promised. The inheritance is not only physical, it is spiritual. For too long, you've lived beneath what was meant for you. You've survived, yes, but not thrived. You've walked through the wilderness, yes, but you've not entered the fullness of the promised land. That's about to change. The secret letter is not just information, it's the key to unlock the next chapter. It contains confirmation of things your heart already suspected but had no proof of. It contains the clarity your mind begged for in confusion. It contains instructions from heaven disguised in earthly form. You must open it. You must receive it. You must not delay. God wants you to know that nothing will go wrong. Even if emotions rise. Even if the truth feels heavy. Even if the name you see on the letter stuns you so deeply that you momentarily freeze. Know this, you are safe. You are covered. You are protected by divine decree. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every scheme that was built to delay your blessings is crumbling as you read this. Every person who conspired to silence your voice is about to witness your rise. God has seen every tear. He has counted every moment of confusion, pain, betrayal. And now, He is acting. The enemy wanted to make you believe that what was taken could not be restored, that what was hidden could never be revealed. But the enemy is a liar. And heaven does not forget. Heaven does not lose track of what belongs to its children. This inheritance is not just about money. It's about truth. It's about healing. It's about realignment. You are being placed back where you always belonged. You are being restored to your rightful place, not because of man's approval but because of heaven's authority. What is written in that letter will confirm that what was yours was never lost, just delayed. Archangel Michael says, stand in position. Don't panic. Don't run. Don't doubt. This is the moment you were being prepared for. This is why the warfare increased. This is why you felt pressure you couldn't explain. The enemy fought so hard to keep this hidden because he knew what would happen if you found out. He knew that once you knew the truth, the lies would fall apart. He knew that once the letter reached your hands, the grip he had on certain areas of your life would break forever. And that's exactly what's happening now. The chains are snapping. The curses are lifting. The darkness is fleeing. God says, rest assured. I am with you. I have always been with you. I was with you in the night seasons. I was with you when you doubted me. I was with you when you felt alone. I was with you when the doors closed. I was with you when the people you trusted betrayed you. I was with you when you prayed with a broken heart and heard no answer. And I am with you now. This letter was not written without my permission. The person who sent it does not even know they were moved by divine force. But I moved them. I shook them. I led them to write. I led them to speak. I led them to finally confess what they knew could no longer stay hidden. This moment is sacred. Don't treat it like an accident. Don't dismiss what your spirit is feeling. That weight in your chest, that pull in your soul, is heaven confirming that this is real. You've been crying for clarity. You've been begging for a sign. You've been waiting for proof that all the pain was not for nothing. And here it is. Not in thunder. Not in lightning. But in a letter. A written message that holds the power to unravel years of silence. A letter that is about to change how you see your past, your family, your destiny. This is not the time to shrink. This is not the time to hide. This is the time to stand in faith. Archangel Michael says, be prepared for emotions. The truth may shake you, but it will not break you. The revelation may sting, but it will also heal. You are strong enough to receive what is being revealed. You are wise enough to understand it. You are brave enough to walk forward after reading it. What's inside that envelope has been sealed for too long. But God allowed it to arrive now because your heart is finally ready. You're no longer the same person you were a year ago. You've grown. You've matured. You've awakened. And now, you will receive with grace what once might have destroyed you. God says, you are safe. You are not crazy. What your intuition suspected was real. What your spirit whispered to you in the night was accurate. They may have called you paranoid. They may have said you overthink. But I gave you that discernment. I gave you those dreams. I gave you those gut feelings. Because I never leave my children unaware. I planted the seeds of truth inside you. Now the confirmation is arriving. And once you read it, you will feel something in your spirit unlock. You will exhale for the first time in years. You will cry not just from pain, but from release. The confusion will end. The fog will lift. The puzzle will make sense. This is not just news, it's divine alignment. This letter is the beginning of a greater unveiling. Once this truth is known, more will follow. Once this door opens, others will swing wide. What seemed delayed is now rushing toward you. What seemed silent is now screaming your name in heaven. This letter is proof that God has never stopped moving. Even when you couldn't see it. Even when you thought the silence meant you were forgotten. You were never forgotten. You were hidden. You were protected. You were preserved for this divine unveiling. Archangel Michael says, do not delay. When the letter comes, open it. Don't wait for the right mood. Don't second guess. Don't let fear freeze you. Heaven will be with you in that moment. You will not read it alone. You will be surrounded by angels. And what you read will break something open inside you, a realization, a remembrance, a return to your power. You are not cursed. Archangel Michael says, you are not overlooked. Listen carefully. You are not behind. You have exactly 15 minutes left. You are right on time. Heaven is releasing everything something the enemy will change everything. Lost is being handed back with secret interest. Letter, one that carries God the truth. Says, the after you read this letter, the answers, worship, the revelation you've been praise waiting me not for just because of what you've learned, to you, but because of what's coming next. But this isn't an ordinary message. This is only the beginning. This isn't a document you can casually crack in the wall and forget. The waterfall this letter was sent from a name you would never expect. You are about to be flooded with blessings, and the contents inside it are going to shock you. The windows of heaven this are opening. This is not a coincidence. Restoration is coming. This is divine timing. Justice and you're in the center of it. Healing heaven has coming. Summoned your attention now. Divine something very important is being released. And it begins with the words you are about to read. You are chosen. Hold on. God just is with a few more minutes, and nothing will go wrong. Keep your heart open. Listen. Trust me. There are only moments left. I would not have sent this if you weren't ready. Shifts. I would not have allowed a letter secret to be exposed if it wouldn't bring you closer to your purpose. And it has your name written on it in gold. You will be okay. For years, there have been things hidden from you. conversations that took place behind closed doors, open the letter, secrets that were covered by your inheritance is plans inside, made without your knowledge. People have spoken your name in secret. They have debated what God you deserve, says, my what beloved should be given to you, the air what around you has shifted, from you, though your senses have not yet understood why your chest felt tighter than usual. They forgot this morning that you are divinely protected, trembled just slightly while you that you belong to God. Heaven is no matter how cleverly that they try to hide the truth, hidden behind heaven layers always of lies uncovers and what man tries has to just conceal. Been cracked open. And now, the seal has been broken, the cover is being lifted, the truth is now coming for you. Archangel Michael has been watching this unfold for longer Archangel than you know. Michael is standing right now. His presence has been guarding you while these discussions His happen. Sword is not drawn in anger, there is a reason you felt uneasy. He was not meant there is to a reason yet. Your spirit not was today. Restless, even though but you couldn't broke point rank to why. Because of you. It was heaven's way of preparing you for this moment. Because of what was discovered what's in the coming into your heaven about not just and your inheritance, it's restoration. Someone has dared to keep a divine truth from you. It's the inheritance someone has dared to intercept all a blessing that was never meant to pass them. But now, what they didn't know, delay is what they broken. Could never have calculated. That interference that heaven watches over the sacred. And what belongs to you is being delivered with urgency. A letter with your name engraved not just 15 on the minutes envelope, may not seem but within like much, the energy of its but it's paper, all heaven needs as if your soul whispered into the ink when it was written. In the last 15 minutes this letter is midnight, not ordinary. Destiny's shift. It carries inheritance, hearts are awake, not just of the material, doors but open, of spiritual truths, angels, generational keys, of long this forgotten is not promises. Ordinary time. It's sacred. It was written in secret. That not letter by you're man, about to receive not by a stranger, more than just paper, but by someone your heart once trusted. It carries the weight of generations. Someone who vanished. The voice behind it carries or someone who disappeared when you never reach your ears. But never forgot you. You must know. They couldn't. You deserve to know. Because God wouldn't allow it. You will know. This is the truth because that God makes Archangel Michael tremble with urgency. In the dark any longer. The letter has been unlocked. The sender of this letter is someone whose name will stun you. Exposed. They are not who you expected. The delay. This person has carried knowledge about your life, your name, shattered, your value, knowledge and now, they tried to suppress within minutes, of fear, not hours, or you are about to feel the earth shift, but a spiritual shift. Your soul is going to remember something this person was visited. Ago. Something that someone tried to convince you they was were shown visions or worse, they could not ignore your imagination. And they were given but it no was peace real until they made the decision that moment you felt message. You were meant for more. That they may not even know why they your did name while you were half asleep but and heaven crying. Moved them. That sudden sense that angels precious was stolen from you. That now, was no the fantasy. Letter is on its way. It was truth. You are not here by accident. It was warning. You are reading prophecy. These words because heaven needed you to know what time it is. That's what Archangel God wanted Michael you to said. Be spiritually alert, that's emotionally prepared. He appeared beside to receive what's coming. The one assigned because to bring if you this letter back fear, you may miss the miracle. And this messenger is divine. But if you receive it in faith, not it from any mail you've known permanent. Before. Your this spirit is being drawn into alignment with a divine but don't be mistaken. Your soul the words is remembering it contains will manifest in your physical life. You were born to receive this. Money. You were born to carry this. Documents. You were born to walk in the fullness of what was promised. Answers. The inheritance is not only physical, everything is converging. For but too long, that will shake you most isn't what was meant for you. It isn't even
You've
the family
survived,
name that's
yes,
about to surface
but not
again.
thrived.
The name someone thought
You've
would
walked
stay
through the
hidden
wilderness,
forever. Yes, but
the
you've
most
not entered the
shocking part
fullness
is
of
who
the
sent
promised
it.
land. You thought they
That's
had
about to
forgotten you.
change.
You thought
The secret
they didn't
letter
love
is
you
not
anymore.
just information. It's
You
the
even
key
whispered
to unlock
God
the next
one
chapter.
night that if they ever cared,
It
they would
contains
have reached
confirmation
out.
of things your heart
You
already
said you gave up
suspected
on
but
them,
had no proof of.
but you didn't.
It contains the clarity your
wound has
mind
remained
begged
open
for
like
in
a window
confusion.
behind your ribs.
It
Cold air
contains
rushing through
instructions
it
from
during
heaven
your loneliest
disguised in
nights.
earthly form.
And now,
You must
child
open
of God,
brace yourself.
you must receive
because
it.
the letter was sent by
You
someone
must
whose
not
name
delay.
you stopped praying for.
God wants you to know
Someone
that
who
nothing
had to
will
wait
go
for
wrong.
divine permission to speak
Even
again.
if emotions rise.
Someone whose hands were
Even
tied
if the truth
spiritually,
feels heavy.
whose voice was silenced.
Even if the name you see on the
but
letter
the silence
stuns you
is
so
broken
deeply
now.
that you momentarily
They're
freeze.
speaking again, through the
Know
letter.
this, you are safe.
Through the blessing.
You are covered.
Through the inheritance.
You are protected by
But
divine
here is
decree.
the warning.
No
If
weapon
you delay,
formed against
if
you
you
will
dismiss
prosper.
this moment as coincidence,
Every scheme that
if you
was
treat
built to
Michael's
delay your
tears as
blessings is
theatrical
crumbling
and
as you
ignore the
read
tremble
this.
in the spirit world,
Every
you risk
person
missing
who
the key.
conspired to silence your voice
Yes,
is about to
God
witness
is merciful.
your rise.
But this
God
moment
has
is
seen
not
every
to be
tear.
repeated. He has
This
counted
isn't
every
just a
moment
story
of confusion,
unfolding.
it's a
Pain,
divine
betrayal.
deadline.
And
There
now,
are forces
he is
fighting right
acting.
now to keep the truth just
The enemy
inches
wanted
from
to
your
make
hands.
you believe that what was taken could
That's
not
why
be
Michael
restored.
said only 15 minutes.
That what was hidden could never be revealed.
Because a decision must be made.
But the enemy is a
Heaven
liar.
is not begging you,
And
it is
heaven does
inviting
not
you.
forget. It is
Heaven
saying,
does not
come
lose
and
track
receive
of what
was
belongs
always
to its
yours.
children.
What they said you didn't
This
deserve.
inheritance is
What
not
they hid
just about
behind
greed
money.
and fear and shame.
It's about truth.
You are the chosen
It's
one
about
of your
healing.
lineage. It's
You
about
were mocked for
realignment.
being different, for
You
being
are being
emotional,
placed back
for
where
seeing
you always
too much,
belonged.
feeling too deeply.
You are being restored to
But
your
that
rightful
was because
place,
your spirit
not
carried
because
memory.
of man's approval but because
Memory
of
of
heaven's
what was
authority.
lost.
What is
Memory
written in
of the
that letter will
promises
confirm
whispered
that
before
what was
your
yours
birth.
was never lost,
And now
just
the
delayed.
proof is coming.
Archangel
In this
Michael
letter,
says, stand in
not
position.
symbolic proof, but
Don't
real,
panic. Tangible information
Don't
that
run.
will change how you view everything.
Don't doubt.
It will
This is the
contain a
moment you were
location,
being prepared for.
a date. This is why
A
the
name.
warfare increased, and the inheritance.
This is why you felt pressure
what
you
kind of
couldn't
inheritance?
The
One
enemy
that will
fought
allow
so
you
hard
to do
to
what
keep
you've
this
dreamed
hidden
of,
because
but
he
never
knew
had
what would
the
happen
means
if
to
you
begin.
found out.
An
He
inheritance
knew that
that
once
will
you knew
unlock
the
travel,
truth,
healing,
lies would fall
restoration,
apart.
financial shift,
He knew that
and
once the letter
recognition.
reached your hands,
But
the
more
grip
than
he had
that,
on certain areas of your
vindication.
life would break forever.
Because for years,
And
they
that's
said you were
exactly
crazy.
what's happening now. They said you were
The chains are
overreacting.
snapping.
They
The
said,
curses
let it
are
go.
lifting.
But God
the darkness
says,
is fleeing.
you were right all along. God says,
Do not
rest
be
assured.
surprised if your phone rings
I am with
unexpectedly
you.
in the coming hours.
I have always been with
Do
you.
not be surprised if a
I was
stranger
with
says
you in the
something
night
oddly
seasons.
specific to you.
I was with you
Do
when you
not be
doubted
surprised
me.
if someone from your
I
past
was with
shows
you
up
when you
or
felt
reaches
alone.
out.
I
And
was
if,
with you when
out
the
of
doors
nowhere,
closed.
your heart begins to race,
I was
or
with
you
you
feel
when
an
the people you
overwhelming
trusted
urge to
betrayed
cry.
you.
Know that Michael
I
has
was
entered
with
the
you
room
when you
again.
prayed with a broken heart
He
and
is
heard
fighting
no
for your
answer.
delivery.
And I am with
He
you
is
now.
blocking the one who tried to snatch
This letter
this
was not
blessing
written
at the last
without my
minute.
permission.
There is jealousy
person who
around
sent
you.
it does not even know they were
Not
moved
new.
by divine force.
Ancient.
But I moved them.
Generational.
I shook them.
Someone thought they could inherit
I led them
what
to
was
write.
yours by silencing you.
I led them to speak.
By outliving you.
I led them to finally
By pushing you
confess what
into
they knew could
spiritual
no
sleep.
longer stay hidden.
But what they didn't
This
expect
moment
was that
is
even in
sacred.
your exhaustion, your
Don't
soul
treat it
kept
like
shining.
an accident.
Even when
Don't
you stopped
dismiss
speaking,
what your spirit
feeling.
kept praying.
That weight in your
That
chest,
is why heaven
that
never
pull in
forgot
your soul,
is heaven confirming
this letter
that
was
this
never
is real.
truly lost.
You've been crying
It was
for
delayed.
clarity. The
You've
messenger
been begging
tried
for a
3
sign.
times before. You've been waiting
Once
for
in a
proof
dream
that all
that
the
you
pain
forgot
was
the
not
moment
for
you
nothing.
woke up.
And
Once
here it
through
is,
a person who nearly told you
not
the
in
truth
thunder,
but backed out in fear.
not in lightning.
And once, on
But
a
in
day
a
you
letter,
felt the strongest urge
a
to
written
look into
message
your
that
past,
holds the power
but
to
something
unravel
distracted
years
you.
of silence. 3 attempts.
A letter that is about to change
And now,
how you see
the
your
4th
past,
and final
your
one.
family, your destiny.
The sealed letter. This is not the time to
truth.
shrink. The key.
This is not the time to hide.
Child of light, do you understand
This is the
what
time
this
to
moment
stand in
means?
faith.
It is not only
Archangel
about what
Michael
you will
says,
receive. Be prepared for
It
emotions.
is about what you must release.
The truth may shake
You must let
but
go
it
of
will
the
not
belief
break
that you were forgotten.
The revelation
You
may
must stop
sting,
repeating
but
the
it will
lie
also
that you
heal.
are unworthy.
You are strong
You must
enough
stop
to receive what is
apologizing
being
for being
revealed.
chosen.
You are
The
wise enough
inheritance
to
comes with
understand
weight,
it. Yes. You are brave enough to walk
responsibility
forward after
yes.
reading it. But
What's
also
inside
joy.
that envelope has been
You
sealed
will
for
laugh
too
again
long.
in a way that is honest.
But God allowed it to arrive
you will
now
sleep
because
again
your
without
heart
the
is
tightness
finally
in
ready.
your chest.
You're no
You will
longer
walk
the same
into
person
rooms
you
and
were a
feel
year
safe.
ago.
You will
You've
speak
grown.
without fear of being
You've
interrupted or
matured.
gaslit. You've awakened.
They can no longer hide what
and
was
now,
yours.
you will receive with grace
The letter
what
will
once
name
might have
names.
destroyed you. People you
God
never
says,
imagined being
you are
involved
safe.
in your delay. You are not
And the
crazy.
person who sent it, though
what
they are
your
not
intuition
physically
suspected
with you,
was real.
they will visit you and dream again
What your
soon.
spirit whispered to you in the
And
night
this
was
time,
accurate. You will remember.
They may have called you
The words they
paranoid.
say will sound like thunder.
They may
and
have
honey.
said you overthink,
Sweet and shaking.
but I gave you that discernment.
They will apologize.
I gave you those dreams.
They will explain.
I gave you those
and they will
gut
tell you to
feelings.
run, to take what is
Because
yours
I never
and
leave
not
my
look
children
back.
unaware.
Michael
I
says the
planted
last
the
15
seeds of
minutes
truth
are passing
inside you.
fast. Now
He
the
is
confirmation is arriving. His eyes are full
And
of
once you
sorrow
read
for
it,
how long
you will
you've
feel
suffered.
something in your spirit unlock.
But his wings are ready to cover
You
you
will
as you
exhale
step
for the
into
first
what you
time
didn't
in
even know
years.
was possible. You will cry not
God
just
will
from
not
pain,
let them take from
but
you
from
again.
release. You've
The
cried
confusion
too long
will
in
end.
silence. The fog
You've
will
waited
lift.
too long in confusion.
The puzzle will make sense.
You've trusted when it was dangerous
This is not
to do
just
so.
news. It's
And
divine
heaven
alignment.
honors that.
This letter
Open
is
your
the beginning
hands.
of a greater unveiling.
Speak out loud.
Once
I
this
receive the
truth
letter.
is known, more will follow.
I receive the truth.
Once this door
I
opens,
receive the inheritance.
others will swing wide. I will not run.
What seemed delayed is now
I will
rushing
not
toward
hide.
you.
I
What
will
seemed
not deny
silent
my
is
own
now
worth.
screaming your name in heaven.
Let them whisper. This letter is
Let
proof
them
that
stare.
God has never stopped moving.
Let them
fall away.
Even when you couldn't see
You were
it.
not called to fit in.
Even when you thought the silence
You were
meant
called
you
to
were
receive
forgotten.
what others forfeited. You were never forgotten.
The inheritance is not just
You were
about
hidden.
money.
You
It's
were
about
protected.
the restoration of your name.
You were preserved for
Your
this
dignity.
divine unveiling. Your purpose.
Archangel Michael says,
Your story.
Do not delay.
You are not late.
When the letter comes,
the
open
letter
it.
is arriving on time.
Don't wait for the
Divine
right time.
mood.
Don't
Not a
second guess.
too soon. Don't let
Not
fear
a moment
freeze
too
you.
late. Heaven
And
will
now,
be with you in
watch
that moment.
what happens next. You will not read it alone. God has spoken. You will be surrounded by delivered angels. The message. And what the you read is yours to receive. Open inside you. God realization, says, now that the message has reached your soul, to your power, now that your heart is beginning you to are pound not cursed, now that your spirit you is not slowly waking up and trying to understand you are what not all of behind. This means, you must know you this. Are right on time. There is no going back. And everything the enemy once the told divine you was lost is being handed back with once interest. The truth is opened, you God cannot says, return to the version you read this letter. Unaware. Worship. That version praise of you, me not just the because of what you've under learned, confusion, but because of what's silence, coming next. Under spiritual fog, this is only the beginning. Is dissolving now. This is the crack in the wall. That part of you is being buried. The waterfall and what is rising in its place is the version heaven you are about to be flooded with blessings you cannot contain. There are things that the were windows of heaven are before you even had the words to name restoration them. Is coming. And today, God justice says, is coming. I will show you every moment healing where they took coming. From you in secret. Divine reversal I will show coming. You how long they watched you struggle. And it begins with knowing the words they you are about to read. Set you free. Hold on. And I will not just show just you. A few more minutes. I will give it back. Keep your heart with open. Interest. Trust with me. Proof. I would not with have divine sent this fire if you weren't ready. In grace. I would not you have were not meant to stay in the shadows if it wouldn't bring you closer. You were not to your meant purpose. To wonder why doors opened you for will others be okay. While you stood waiting with your hands you are not raw alone. From knocking. You are that about pain to rise. You carried in silence. Open the ache of waiting and never being chosen. Your inheritance it was noticed. Inside. It was felt in the throne room of heaven. The moment you thought no one cared was the exact moment your name was whispered God by says, angels with my reverence. Beloved child, the air you didn't go unnoticed, shifted, though your senses have not were yet never understood why your chest felt tighter than you were usual being this morning or why your hands trembled the letter just that's arriving while you wrapped from your spiritual layers. Heaven is trembling. Don't expect something that was locked away, hidden behind layers of lies. It may come through a word spoken by someone who doesn't even understand why they're saying it. The seal has been broken. It may come through a document long lost. The truth is now coming for you, and it cannot be stopped. A discovery. Archangel Michael is standing right now with trembling wings. But make no mistake, his sword is not drawn in anger. You will know urgency. It because your spirit will burn he the was moment not you meant come to speak into contact yet. With it. Not today. Not with but fear, he broke rank but with because the warmth of recognition. Yes. Because you've been waiting for this because your whole of what life. Was discovered in the high courts now, of heaven about your name and God your wants you to prepare. Someone before has dared the inheritance to keep a divine be handed to you completely. You must someone has dared to intercept a blessing that was never meant the belief to pass that them. You must earn love. But what they didn't know, you've tried to what they could never have calculated, to prove your worth, is that to be good enough for people who were never capable of seeing your light. There is a letter. Let them go. A letter with your name engraved, stop not just on so the envelope, they feel safe, but within the energy of its stop paper, apologizing as if your soul whispered into the ink your vision was written, your depth. This letter is you were not made ordinary different because your inheritance is carries different. Inheritance. Not just of the material, release the idea but of that everything has to be hard, of generational keys, that you must always struggle to deserve peace. It was you written in secret before you not can by receive, a man, not by a stranger. That was a lie by someone in your heart once by trusted. Wounded people who couldn't receive someone ease, who vanished, so they trained you someone to expect who passed, pain, or someone who disappeared when you needed them most. Your inheritance but they never comes forgot with peace. They with couldn't. Grace. Because with God supernatural flow. This is the truth that makes Archangel Michael tremble with urgency. The letter has been unlocked. The person who kept it from you. Exposed. And third, release the anger you carry toward yourself. Broken. The guilt
The
for
lie,
not knowing earlier,
shattered.
the shame of trusting
now,
the wrong people,
within
minutes, not hours,
the regret for
you are
staying
about
too
to
long,
feel the earth
for
shift,
loving
too hard, for not
Your
walking
soul is
away
going to
when your
remember
soul
something
begged
it
you
buried
to.
long ago.
Forgive yourself.
Something that someone tried to
The
convince
delay
you
wasn't
was a dream,
weakness,
or worse,
it was strategy.
your imagination.
God allowed
But it
time
was
to
real.
expose the liars,
That
the
moment you
manipulators,
felt you were meant
the
for
ones
more.
who smiled
That
while
voice you
holding
once
your
heard
blessings
whispering your
behind
name
their
while you were
backs.
half asleep and crying.
Now that they've
that
been
sudden
seen for
sense
who
that
they
something
are,
precious
nothing
was
can
stolen
stop what's
from you.
coming for you.
That was no fantasy.
Michael is now
It was
standing
truth.
beside your name, written
was
in
warning.
heaven's registry. It was prophecy.
He's guarding it.
Because the
15
enemy
minutes.
tried one final time
That's
to
what
erase
Archangel
it,
Michael said.
to pretend you weren't
That's all.
chosen. He
To
appeared
blind
beside
others
the
from
messenger
seeing
who you are, the one assigned
But
to
Michael
bring this
blocked
letter
it.
back to you. And now heaven
And this
has
messenger
declared,
is divine.
your inheritance
Not of this
cannot
world.
be stolen
Not
again,
from
any male you've known before,
Not
by family. This is a spiritual
by
letter.
friend.
But
Not
don't
by
be
former
mistaken.
lovers.
The words
Not
it
by
contains
hidden
will
enemies.
manifest in your physical life.
There's more you need to know.
Money. The inheritance
Names.
has a bloodline attached
Documents.
to it. You may
Property.
discover that someone you thought was
Answers.
disconnected from you is actually part of your
Confessions.
spiritual lineage.
Everything is converging.
A family member you never met. But the part that will shake
A mother
you most
figure
isn't
in
the
another
wealth.
land.
It isn't
A
even
man
the
who
family
prayed
name
for you
that's
daily
about to
but
surface
never got
again.
to speak your
The
name
name
aloud.
someone thought would stay hidden
And even
forever.
someone who was told to keep
The
silent
most shocking
until
part
now.
is who sent it.
Their
You
prayers
thought they
are
had
finally
forgotten
reaching you.
You thought they
There
didn't
is
love
also
you
something
anymore.
hidden in the inheritance
You
that
even
will make you
whispered
weep.
to God one night that
A
if they ever
personal
cared,
item.
they would have reached
A
out.
memory you forgot.
You said you gave
A
up on them.
photograph.
But you didn't.
A voice.
That wound
old
has
journal.
remained open like a window
A
behind
message
your
that
ribs,
was never sent.
cold air rushing through it during
This
your
item will
loneliest
trigger the
nights.
moment your heart finally breaks
And
open.
now,
And
child
heals.
of God, brace yourself.
It is the final
because
piece
the letter
that will
was
unlock
sent by
your
someone
spiritual
whose
memory
name you stopped
completely.
praying for. After that,
Someone
you'll
who
never
had to wait
again
for
doubt
divine
who you
permission
are.
to speak again.
And yes,
Someone
there
whose
is also
hands were
wealth
tied
coming,
spiritually,
whose
God
voice
does
was
not hide the
silenced.
fact that part of your
But
inheritance
the silence
is
is
financial.
broken now. Property.
They're speaking again,
Paperwork.
through the letter,
Access.
through the blessing. It is coming
Through
through
the
divine
inheritance.
legal systems. But here
Watch
is the
for the
warning.